Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a tutorial for In My Head from Thank You Next. I'll talk about this technique a little bit later in the video, so I'm not going to address it here. But yeah, this is the tutorial we're doing today. Make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Give this video a big thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So I've already started with the tape on. So now I'm going to use the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I'm actually gonna leave it like that. I know technically I like to keep this eye cropped out, but because I'm doing such a weird technique for me, I'm probably gonna move a lot, so I'm just gonna leave you zoomed out to there. So we are first going to take, we're using 4 different palettes today. Like always, you don't need all 4 of these. I just have them and that's what I'm going to use. But the first one we're going to use is the Tarte High Tides and Good Vibes palette. Looks like this. And we're going to use the shade right here called Surfs Up as our transition color today. I'm going to take this guy. This is the Sephora Museum of Ice Cream Dream Team pigment palette. I'm going to take this shade right here, just to deepen it up just a little bit. Pressed pigments don't mix very well with eyeshadows, but I find that this one does okay. I wouldn't recommend layering them too much though, because they can get pretty tricky. So we're just going to take this guy and slowly start building our crease color. And then we are going to take the Juvia's Place, the Warrior 3, and take the shade Gola, I think, which is this one right here. And we're going to put that in our crease. More precise and more pigmented than the other shade in the crease. The Dream Team palette was pretty much just to get a nice gradient going. This is our main crease color. And then we're going to go back into the Tarte palette. Right. And then we're going to take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and we're going to take the shade Pool Party, which is this one right here, and we're going to put that on our lid. And then we're going to go back into the Juvia's Place palette to blend that out and make sure that everything is nice. All right, now comes the tricky part. So we're gonna go back into the Morphe palette. I'm gonna take the shade Jada, which is this one right here, and we're going to create like a wing and then curve it inwards. Now, I kind of got this inspiration from raindrops that I did years ago, and it's kind of like the same shape. I kind of messed this eye up so it goes in a little bit, so I'm gonna try to make it even. But it goes out and then it's like really pigmented right here, and then it kind of blurs, you know, it's blended out more as we curve around. So I'm creating like this C shape almost, if that makes any sense. That's just kind of the way I shaped it. It is kind of messed up because, yeah, I was using not a very dense brush for this, so it didn't really stay in place. I would recommend using like a brush like this. I used this, which I will use again just so they're even, but you'll be able to have more precise placement with a brush like this that's more skinny. Okay, so something like that. I was actually going to put like a liquid blue liner here, like underneath, just to outline it, but mine's actually completely dried up. So like I tried to revive it with this, you can see, and it was just, it's too far gone. So I would recommend doing that, or you could just leave it like this. It's very dramatic. I just wanted to go like full in, but I can't. So we're just gonna leave it like this for today, and then we're gonna take a wipe and just clean this up because we have a lot of fallout, which I knew would happen, which is why the tape was there. And to make sure those lines are even as possible. They're not completely even. I mean, if you can see that, my eyes are two different shapes. So I wasn't expecting them to be perfect. And truthfully, with foundation and stuff on, it'll be okay. They're not completely perfect, but they're not the worst either. Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glassy. A little bit of this. This is the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. So my cats were jerks and they ate my Real Technique sponge. So the only one I have is this one. I have no idea where it's from. I've never used it before and I really don't have super high hopes for it just because of the texture. So we're gonna see how this works. I'm very, very nervous. My face is itchy. So we're going to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation today in the shade Swan. I love this foundation, which is why I'm using it, because if the sponge is weird, I'll know. And then for concealer, let's use this. This is the e.l.f. 16-hour camo in the shade Fair Warm. I'm using this one specifically because it does brighten on my skin tone. The eyes are so blue that I want to be, you know, have a little bit of brightness under my eyes, just because if I don't, I feel like it will be too dark and I'll look super dead or like super tired, even though I am super tired. But yeah, we're going to do that real quick. All right, I'm going to take the Too Faced It's Bananas setting powder. Looks like this. Use that to set under my eyes. We have cat hair all over our brushes. As for that sponge, it's not terrible. It's definitely not my Real Technique sponge. Like, I can definitely tell the difference in the way that my nose looks, but it's not terrible. And until I can get around to buying another Real Technique sponge, we might just use this because I have it. Okay, so my camera died. I touched up the Jada color and I set my face very, very, very lightly using the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder in the shade 5 Fair. And that's it. That's all I've done. For contour, I'm going to use the Tarte Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I'm going to use the shade Sculpt, which is this one right here. I'm going to take just a little bit more of that setting powder I'm going to use, and I'm just going to take what is in the cap. I'm making it super precise, just cleaning it up just a little bit. I don't really love the super precise contour look on me, but I'm making my contour a little bit more dramatic today than I normally do, just because of the eyes. And then for bronzer, I thought I needed a bronzer that had some sheen to it. So you can definitely use a matte bronzer, but I want to use something shimmery. So this is the Tarte Park Ave Princess bronzer. It is this one right here. And we're going to bronze with this today. For blush, I'm going to take the Ace Beauté Blushed in Paradise palette, and I'm going, to take this shade right here. For highlighter, I'm going to take the shade Stunner from the Tarte palette. I'm gonna take this. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Brown Sugar to do my brows. I love this product. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's probably my favorite eyebrow pencil. Alrighty, I love this product. For me, it's just super fast to get my brows done, and I love the color. For me, this is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Spray. Okay, that's better. It was not spraying at me at all. And then let's find, I want to highlight my brow bone with a white. I feel like the blue really calls for a white. So let's see if I can find a white shade right here. This one's from the Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. You don't need this palette. I'm just using the white shade out of here, which is called Sales. It's really just a white shadow. It was just the first one that I saw. So we'll take this and highlight. Brow. We kind of got it in the shadow, which is okay. Oop. We'll take this brush and fix that. This is where things get complicated because I don't know exactly what I want to do to the lower lash line. I thought about making it parallel or just connecting it. So we'll start with just making it parallel with Jada and then see if I hate it. And then if I hate it, we'll just connect them. Because I'm not sure. I kind of want to do something a little bit different than normal, which is why I did this shape with the eyeshadow in the first place. But I'm not sure yet. I think it might be a little too much, but we'll see. We'll see where I'm at. Okay, so making it parallel was a really bad idea. Do you guys see that? It looks like shit. This side's a little bit better, but the first side was terrible. But I think I'm gonna leave it just because I feel like if I start blending it, it's just gonna like travel down. I don't want it to do that. So I would recommend just not doing that entirely. in case you were curious. But, ooh, sorry, here we are. So I'm just gonna roll with it, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of this shape on the lower lash line at all. The eye is okay. I feel like I don't really do shapes like this very much. So if I had a little bit more practice, it might be a little bit better. But I'm gonna take that Juvia's Place shade and blend out underneath. I'm leaving the outer edge alone. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not one of my favorite looks I've ever done. But the whole point of me doing this series and doing this particular look in general was so I could try a different technique and like just learn different things and try new things. So I mean, not my best, but definitely not the worst look I've ever done either, so I'll take it. It's okay. Not the biggest fan, but hey, if this is your first video of mine that you're watching, I'm sorry. I have many others that are better than this. So I think that's where I'm at in life. So I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise for mascara today. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. This is the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in the shade Blue Trip. Put that in my waterline. I think this is when we're gonna go back into Jaclyn Hill. This is the shade in Light, which is the first one in this palette. I'm gonna use that for our inner corner highlight. Again, you could go with a shimmery white. In all honesty, I probably should have, just because it'll tie in the brow bone highlight, but I guess we'll use this because it's the only one I can find. This is the NYX Slip Tease in the shade Undercover Babe. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the biggest fan of this when I tried it. This color, anyway, I really like these lipsticks. I just don't think I was a fan of this color, if I remember, but I literally can't find another new lipstick. Like, I'm finding glosses, but not a lipstick, which is odd. Alright guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking with me through this look. Okay, I think I might need to just practice doing that technique a little bit more. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not the best look I've ever done. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. And make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. Hit my notification bell so you know when I upload. And give us a big thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video.